Hey, what's up guys? So in today's video I'm going to be doing a overview of my home theater, what I've done to it, and where it's at right now. So one of the things that I do other than DIY stuff on the channel and some minor reviews is home theater, and it's something I became passionate about over the years, and as you can see it kind of snowballed into this. So I'll just give you guys the rundown of what it is, what are the components, and how I feel about it, and what got me to where I am, component-wise. So starting off, this is a Dolby Atmos system. It's an 11.1 system. So there's two in ceilings over there, some front heights. The Kef T301s is the heights over there. The front two speakers are the Kef Q950 floor standing speakers with the matching Q650 center channel, and then on the side surrounds I have Kef Q150s and rear surrounds as the Kef T301s. And I like these 301s because they're not super protrusive, and they're very easy to mount while giving a similar sound signature from the rest of the Kef speakers. So with the speakers out of the way, let's talk about the processor. So the amp processor that I have is a Marantz SR7012. It powers 9 of the channels, and it allows 11 channels of processing. So for an extra 2 channels, what I picked up was a Marantz MM7025 stereo amplifier, which powers the 2 front speakers, the Q950s, and it pushes out a good 140 watts. Now here's the thing with the power output. Despite having that amplifier, I don't really need to crank it all that high to get a very high sound decibel level in here that will blow my pants off. It's more, I feel like the receiver itself is more than enough, but just for 2-channel listening, having an amplifier, the MM7025 is just a peace of mind knowing that these speakers are being pushed to its maximum potential, per se. So the screen itself over here is a 120-inch high contrast gray, and what's pushing out the image is a JVC X950R projector. So this is a 4K E-shift projector. It does HDR, and I'm very impressed with the image that this projector pushes. I used to have an Epson 5020UB, and it's no comparison, honestly, when I compared it to, but given the price difference, this was about $10,000 when it came out new, so it was kind of granted. I picked it up secondhand, got a great deal, and I've been enjoying it ever since. Now, besides all that, I made sure to do some acoustic treatment. So I have some acoustic panels. I have some small skinny ones behind the speakers. So there's a good almost about 8 acoustic panels, and then the carpet as well. Because I have tiles on the floor, the carpet makes a huge difference, because with all the hard reflections, what happened with the speakers where it became a bit more harsh or almost bright without the treatment in this basement. So finally, my latest purchase was the SVS PB13, and this is one beast of a subwoofer. So it's a 13-inch driver. It's I don't even remember how many watts, but it's definitely in the 1,000 range. And what it does is that it produces low frequency that that you feel and not hear, essentially. Before I had 2 ported 10 inches, and the problem with that is that they would fill the room, but they wouldn't get as low. They wouldn't pressurize the room. And with home theater, you want that sound, the room to be pressurized, because that's what makes the impact. When there's explosions, all those low frequency effects, it's the subwoofer that does it. And I feel like this subwoofer is kind of overkill. Let me tell you why. Because when I first set this subwoofer up, there was a bit of calibration to do. In fact, I was calling SVS because I had a 50% volume, and I wasn't feeling much. But what essentially happened was the rest of the house was, and my family thought there was an earthquake going on, and I'm not lying. It was a serious earthquake, and you know, things from the other room was just falling. The staircase was vibrating like crazy, and I toned down the settings. I calibrated. You know, I got it to the right amount, and right now it's at like 25% of its maximum output, and that pressurizes the room insanely well. In fact, you know, it's at a point where this subwoofer is not leaving. It's definitely all I need for that low frequency effects, you know, needs, and it's doing its job really well. So yeah, I like SVS. What can I say? It's doing a pretty good job. I picked this up secondhand. I'm not the original owner, and because of that, I got a really good deal for it too. So it just justifies me having this 155-pound box of pure bass in my basement. And then what it's on is some homemade isolation pads that I made myself. It's just MDF wrapped in felt with some foam under, and it just adds to aesthetic as well. So that basically wraps up my home theater, besides the blackout curtains, because, you know, making sure that the room is blacked out does make a difference with picture quality, especially when you're concerned about black levels that this JVC does deliver for me. The next step would probably be painting the room to a gray color to increase the black levels and, you know, the image quality ever so bit. And yeah, that's essentially it, guys. If you have any questions, just hit me up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.